Alright, you guys, welcome back to another U150 video. Today we're taking another round one matchup with Salazzle and Mega Manectric, a rematch of a matchup that actually happened last year in the tournament.
It's a pretty close matchup. These decks are pretty similar in what they're trying to do. The difference between the decks is probably less than 20 cards, honestly.
It was. I remember building it and just... Oh, no, that was a different deck. Never mind. That was between Mega Manectric and Arcanine, or actually only 15
Those
cards
three
apart.
are kind of like stage 1-y fire decks, basically. And they're kind of the same, but they're a little bit different, so it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, for sure.
These decks are very similar, basically.
Yeah, they both this this Mega Pokemon / Stage 1 GX that just aims to hopefully just tank with that one, set up some bench attackers, and then the late game take weird prizes.
Right.
And they both hit very similar numbers.
Yeah, usually stuff like Max Potion and Pokemon Center, it's because usually U150 is a game of one-shots. This is the kind of odd matchup where, like, Max Potioning, and if you hit your Pokemon Centers, is going to be very impactful, because there's not going to be a lot of one-shots for a while.
No, for sure. I also thought I played this matchup wrong. The more I thought about this, the more I realized that...
So Alex is on Salazzle on the right, for the record.
And you'll see this game progress, and it's close at first, and then it snowballs out of control. Really quick. As far as I can remember, I don't exactly remember how this matchup went, but I think that Salazzle shouldn't go for Salazzle early.
Before you've taken some prizes,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I think that I should have gone for an early Victini.
Yeah.
Or an early...
Just some other attacker to take some prizes first.
Yeah, and take at least 2 prizes, right?
Right.
And then have Salazzle come up, shot your Mega Manectric, and if I don't get return KO'd, then just sweep with Salazzle. Like, Hexlop and Salazzle. Yeah.
It just is kind of funny that I think both of these decks are kind of, in a way, worse versions of, like, the Mega... Or the Mega Rayquaza... Entei Raikou deck we built.
I think I talked about that during my when I did the deck list video for either one or both of those decks. I was just like, why aren't you just playing Mega Rayquaza or Raikou Entei?
These decks are just kind of different, worse versions of that archetype in different ways.
They're very similar. I mean, because like Mega Rayquaza or Raikou Entei has this early and late game thing.
Yeah.
Both of these decks have, like, Salazzle has a late game, but not really an early game, and then Mega Manectric has kind of a late game, and like they both are late game decks, because Mega Manectric looks to set up stuff on the bench, Salazzle looks to like take prizes and snowball.
I think the thing I've been maybe surprised about the most is how good Pyroar has been in these matchups. Just that catcher effect every single turn has just kind of surprised me with how good it's been.
When we do our gauntlet, I was planning.
You're gonna play a Pyro deck.
I was planning on playing a Pyro based deck.
Yeah.
I haven't really like Theoremon to list out yet, but I was going to build a Pyro based deck.
Yeah, no, it's just that catcher every turn without using a supporter is just kind of ridiculous. Yeah. Especially in a deck like Mega Manectric, where it's very easy to just Turbo Volt to it, and there you go. That's 2 Guzmas or 2 Lysanders in the future whenever you want them.
Yep. And I think that's one of the reasons that Arcanine, actually, the more I thought about this is too, the reason Arcanine's good is because it's 80 accelerate, right? And then just like Lysander up your Claydol, or that sort of thing. But the thing that Mega Manectric has in its list in this tournament that Pyroar doesn't is the Pyroar Break.
Right.
Pyroar Break is in Mega Manectric, but it's not in Arcanine.
I believe that's the only reason I won this matchup, too.
It is.
It's because Pyroar Break just went to town.
You had some really good, impactful Pyroar Break turns.
Yeah.
And I think that if you're playing, just like a public service announcement, if you're playing a fire-based deck, play a 1/1/1 Pyroar line.
Yeah.
Like, that 100% needs to be in a deck. Pretty much just because of that whole... It's not only the Lysander effect sort of thing, but it's also the ability to take an 180 damage attack and just shot something just out of nowhere.
Especially now that the format's more bigger GXs. Like, before, like, hitting 180 wasn't super necessary a lot of the time, but with the way the format's kind of trending, Sometimes you just need that one big attack to swing the game.
It is 180, right? We're not.
It is 180.
Are you?
Deals 50 to yourself, I believe.
Yeah, it's 180, 50. Yeah, I know the 50 to yourself thing. That's why you play Protection
But
Cube.
that's not a huge downside most of the time anyway.
Well, you can play Protection Cube.
Yeah.
Even.
For
And
sure.
check out this move here. This is me hitting a Lysander Prism Star on your Porygon 2.
Yeah. It's like I'm playing Incineroar. I don't get to download the whole game.
Nope. No downloads, no second supporter. You're playing one supporter. And you still managed to take the victory this game.
Yeah, that's kind of... Not to toot my own horn, but...
No, yeah.
That's another thing. I think Lysander Prism Star, if you're playing a fire deck, should just go in, regardless if there's any
Yep.
synergy with it or not.
100%.
Even just nabbing like a Hex Maniac or like a Porygon 2 or something, that's enough to swing the game a lot of the time.
Imagine, especially now that you're playing Parallel City, imagine a Parallel City Lysander Prism Star play.
Yeah. There's a lot of different things you could hit that would just swing the match over the course of the game.
Yeah. Hex is the big one. I think Hex was just huge.
If you can somehow Prism Star their Hex, that's just a ridiculous advantage you have over the course of the game.
Yeah.
Even just hitting, like, if you could hit like a Lysander or a Verse Seeker, or even one of their junk arms.
If you hit one of our trump cards.
Yeah, that's a big thing too.
Because then you can even... Because you then control the trump card turn.
Right, exactly.
Right? If they overextend on their resources, you can kind of just... Really? Come on, Amanda!
Commando Amanda!
Dude, I'm so gone right now.
Okay.
For those of you not seeing what just happened,
Judge me.
my roommate just came downstairs to use the bathroom and tried to sneak back upstairs by crawling on all fours up the stairs.
I hate you.
Oh, that was priceless.
Okay. I'm really sad you guys didn't get to see that.
Yeah. Man, thank you, U150 fans. You guys are loyal. You guys are best. We love you. Like, comment, subscribe, and sell out.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the game. Grady here is turbo bolting a Porygon 2, accelerating some fire energies to that pyro, like we said. Also, as an aside, I've never told you this, but I hate the way you fucking play your brakes.
That's not how you do it?
You always put your brake on the lower part, and that's not how you do it.
Really?
Yeah, you see these wings here on the side?
Oh.
Those are designed to perfectly fit a card, so that when you put it over the artwork, you can still see the attacks below it. And all
I
that
hate that. I like it like that.
Because this is the more traditional way. People that played in the SP format always evolved like this, where you can see the card below it.
Right. So you can see what evolved from it.
Yeah. You legitimately... I know that is a distinct thing of people who played pre-2010.
Okay.
Like, seriously, though, I've noticed that there's a trend with us players. Like, when I play older players, I think Sam Chen, Mike Fouché, all those guys do it that way, where you can see the card below it.
So you're saying I'm as good as Sam Chen? That's the moral here?
Nope.
Oh. You heard it here first, guy.
Grady Thomas, Sam Chen, same fucking person.
Who the fuck is Sam Chen? I don't know.
What?
No, I know who he is.
Okay. But anyways, like, yeah, I hate how you do that.
Okay.
After this game, I'm gonna go grab a break and be like, look at this fucking thing. Like, look how it fits perfectly. Like, they designed it like this.
Who's on team... Please support me, guys.
Nobody is on Team Grady with this argument. Not a single fucking person.
Oh, by the way, this is the turn where you get blown out, I believe.
Yeah. No, this is the turn where it goes downhill for me, because I was taking this Salazzle,
Yeah.
I was doing good shit with it.
Yeah.
Um,
But the pyro break comes up and shouts your dude here.
And I think I tried to get the return KO, and I was 10 damage short.
Oh, I remember that, and then
Yeah.
Max potioned it.
Yeah, because
you just...
that's the thing. If you attack me with Pyro Break here,
Yeah.
right, and I get return KO, because Pyro Break has how much HP?
180, I believe. Maybe
What?
Maybe it's not that much.
I really don't know what Pyro Break does. Apparently, I don't know how much damage it does.
We're stand by.
Yeah, they can't see this, by the way. I set it up so
well,
they can't see.
we're looking at
They
it.
don't know what we're doing right now.
160.
160.
It's a good card.
That's a good card. So it does 160, and so you're doing 50 to yourself, so it puts you at 100 damage. So I'm pretty sure I tried to hit Victini energy, or Victini damage modifier.
And you just hit the Victini, I believe.
Yeah, so then I come up at you for 100, and then you're like, LOL, here's a max
that's
potion.
kind of what I said. Like, this matchup's not necessarily going to be about one-shots all the time, which is very strange for a U150 game.
Very much. But like, so I think this game swings heavily if I hit this knockout. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
I take 2 prizes, and then you return KO. I go into Spirit Tomb, get into the Salazzle.
Yeah,
you
no,
knock
no.
out the Spirit Tomb, and now my Salazzle just controls the game.
I think it's a much, much different game.
Yeah.
I think if you hit this here, it's back to even 50-50-ish. But
Yeah.
because you miss it, it's obviously very slanted in my
Yep.
favor.
Because, you miss it, you were able to retreat Max Potion and then accelerate the energies back to
Yeah.
Pyroar.
Yep.
And then from there, it's just a snowball. Because, what do I do? How do I possibly respond to that?
Yeah. While I'm watching this deck, I'm like, wow, I just wish there was an Entei Raikou to clean up the last 3 prizes here.
Yeah.
It's just kind of ridiculous how good that card would be in either of these. Even especially in Mega Manectric, I feel because it would be so easy to just Turbo Volt to it if you ever got that chance to.
Yeah. Both decks play Energy Switch, so it's not hard to...
Yeah. I don't understand why we didn't... I guess we just didn't want those decks to all be the same, but...
I mean, if you're at home trying to build either of these two decks, just build Mega Manectric... Oh, no, sorry. Just build
Mega Rayquaza.
Mega Rayquaza, Raikou, Entei.
Yeah.
Which-
That deck is so cool. That's
It's-
one of my favorite things we've ever put together, honestly.
Yeah. What was it? It's a nice thing. So here's your Max Potion.
Yeah, that's just backbreaking.
Yep. And the fact that you're going to take a knockout on my backup attacker and get 2 more energies on this
Yeah.
thing. And you also have the Speed Gain Quaza sitting there.
Yep. And you have to waste a turn to get your Salazzle GX back.
Yep.
So,
It's super
and I
big.
Hex here as well.
Yep. So from here it's a snowball. Like most U150 games, it's kind of a chess match the first few turns, and then if someone can get a lead,
Yeah, U150 is often about who can get the first knockout plus Hex, we've found. If you get the knockout on a crucial Pokemon and then you can continue to Hex for a few turns and get a huge advantage,
yeah,
it's very snowball-y a
Yep.
lot of the time.
and keep support Pokemon. Because if you notice, how many Claydolls do you have on the field?
0.
How many Porygons?
0.
But you're still winning because you have this Hex. You have a Hex going on and more attackers, and I have to burn a turn GX evolving.
Exactly.
Normally I think against any other deck, this is just it's horrible fucking news for you, right?
I mean, you lost zoned by Porygon to turn 3 or 4.
Yeah. And see, even here I'm gooping and going into the Salazzle to hopefully slow you down. And I
Yeah.
realize that that gooping here is not the right play.
Why is that?
Oh no, sorry, it is. Sorry, never mind.
Oh, okay. I just have so many energies on board at this point. It's just, and I get this.
Yeah, the Guzma a kill on your Salazzle again.
Yeah.
I think the reason I gooped so that you didn't Flare Command it again.
Yeah. Because Flare Command is just free.
Yep.
But
And now at this point it's over.
yeah. I mean, that's the big problem with GXs too, though. Is once your GX is knocked out, a lot of the time you don't recover it the rest of the game.
Yeah.
You can maybe take 2 or 3 prizes with that GX, but after it gets knocked out, you're never recovering it.
So I think we found out that if you have a GX attack, you have to have backups.
Yeah.
You have to have a way to take more prizes. Salazzle's got Victini, it's got Volcania, it's got
Yeah, it's got fire
the fire
dot
stuff,
deck attackers,
but those aren't very good.
no.
You see with Gardevoir's got Gardevoir GX, but then
I mean, that's the pattern of the GXs. You want to get the GXs out when you can in the first couple turns and try to ride them for 3 or 4 prizes, and then
hopefully sweep.
from there sweep with something else.
So that's why Mega Rayquaza works so well, is because Mega Rayquaza is a great early attacker.
Yeah.
You're going to guarantee a whole bunch of knockouts, and then when it finally gets knocked out, you have Raikou Entei to sweep.
Yeah. Through Oricorio and Raikou Entei, you can probably take the last 3 or 4 prizes pretty easily. So, but I think that's a weakness of the Salazzle deck, is after your Salazzle is kind of dealt with, there's not too much that you have to fall back on.
Until a new Salazzle comes out.
Yeah.
There might be a new Salazzle comes out eventually that's decent.
Right.
I think here's me getting another Salazzle out.
Even compared to something like Incineroar, because the Incineroar GX tanks a couple of hits, takes 3 or 4, but then you also have the non-EX
The new
Incineroar to fall
Incineroar.
back
You're
on.
right.
Yeah.
That's a great example of a deck that can play a GX, and then when it dies, ride something else.
Yeah.
And then if you think about the reciprocal of that, it's okay, what if we took GXs out of this deck? If you took GXs out of the Salazzle deck, trash deck. If you took
yeah.
the GX out of Gardevoir, trash deck.
Yeah.
If you took the GX out of Incineroar, worse deck, but not bad.
No, I see what you're saying now.
So I think you need to, like, if you think about building a new GX deck, you have to think about, okay, if I don't have this GX, can it still win a game of U150? Incineroar can. Like, you definitely could win a deck if you just took that one card out. You could just play Incineroar, Fire, let's fucking go, deck.
Right. No, that's a very good point. Because a lot of, like we've said, the GX can ride a few prizes, but you're not going to be able to close the whole game out with it.
Yep. I mean, and also same goes, obviously, for Megas.
For sure, yeah.
So, and then Mega Manectric, like, it's one of those fringe ones, right? Because Mega
Manectric's kind of an exception, because
Right.
it's not necessarily about itself. It's like, because it powers up everything else.
right, the strategy is between Mega Manectric and Pyro Break.
Right.
Like, you Turbo Bolt to your
Yeah.
Pyroar, you kill their support Pokemon. Oh, it's not knocked out. Kill another support Pokemon.
Yeah,
with
take 3 or
Pyroar.
4 prizes just turbo vaulting, and then you have these other big attackers that you've been charging up to fall back on.
Yeah. So it's not about tanking with Mega Manectric. It's about supporting that other deck.
Yeah, no.
But anyways, we digress here. Like, I think we've stopped commentating here because it's into that snowball phase.
Yeah.
Look at my board even. Like, I have all of my support Pokemon out and ready to go, but just no attackers. My Victini knocked out your Pyroar.
I mean, I literally just think it was the one turn where you were 10 short. This
Yeah.
would have been a completely different game. Because then,
Yep.
a couple turns later, I Guzma'd up your Salazzle and killed it with that same Pyro Break.
Yep.
So this game would have just been completely different if you had hit the damage multiplier there.
Yeah. Because right now, I have a support Pokemon and stuff, but what do I realistically do here? Like,
Yeah.
you either have, I can't see your prizes, but it's either 1 or 2,
Right.
or maybe even 3.
And at this point, you probably have to trump card this turn too. So it's just...
Yeah. Because there's no way for me to knock out that Mega Manectric. There's just... I
Did
can't.
you? Was it the Pyro Break not on the Salazzle list at all? There's no Pyro.
There's
in
no
there.
Pyro on the list. Because you don't have no way to accelerate to it.
Right.
So, I think a lot of those, like, fire-based decks need an acceleration
I
format.
think you're kind of right, though. I think you can't lead off with Salazzle necessarily. You have to try to take a few
Yeah.
prizes first.
And then sweep late game with
I
it.
get, especially in this matchup,
Yeah.
because otherwise you can't really deal with the Mega Manectric at all.
I can't shot it. I needed a way to... If you didn't play the Pyro Break...
Yeah, no, this matchup would have been very different if it wasn't for the Pyro Break.
Because
100%.
then I just go like Max Potion Blacksmith attack again.
Then it's just a Max Potion war at that point.
Yep. And that's what it was last year.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there was Pyro Break.
Who
in
won last year?
Mega Manectric.
It was very close, though, right?
But Pyro was in Mega Manectric as well. And it was close. Yeah.
Okay.
So, last year there was a turn where you hit speed gain, or whoever was playing it, I can't remember, was speed gain, Quaza, Iris, damage modifier to knock out Salazzle.
Okay.
Yep. So, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Here's me just like attempting to do stuff.
I mean, you still don't have an attacker on board.
No. But, like, there's the Salazzle on my bench. I think what I'm trying to hit is a way to get up a Pokemon to your active. Because you have no support Pokemon.
Yeah.
So this is me. Yeah, you have one prize left. So I think I'm trying to hit Gust of Wind onto your Raikou.
And you miss it.
And I miss it, yeah. So you would have drawn dead there. The plan, here's me pointing, was to Lysander your...
An Asian person trying to say
yeah,
Lysander.
Lysander. I was going to try to Lysander your Spiritomb. Lysander
Okay.
Spiritomb, go into my Spiritomb, and Darkness Grace into Salazzle.
Yeah.
Right? And if you draw dead from the end, right?
Which I probably would have with no support
Yep.
Pokemon.
So then I attach retreat.
Actually, no, we revealed it. I did draw dead.
You did draw
you
dead.
just didn't.
So
hit
then
the
I
guts.
retreat into Salazzle, and by
Yeah.
that point I'm dealing 200
Yeah.
damage. So, anyways. But yeah. Anyways, that's a matchup. That was a game.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. We love all of you.
See you next time.